Hi, my name is Ari and welcome to Pretty Random. Here we talk about a wide variety of beauty and wellness related topics, so if that sounds like something you might be interested in, happy to have you. So today we're going to be talking about lip products, and not just any lip products. We are going to be discussing the best, and I mean the very best, of the natural lippies. And natural can mean a lot of different things and different things to different people too. So I'll define what I mean by that. Basically, if you're looking for the "are they wearing lipstick or do their lips just look that good" effect, I got you. Maybe she's born with it. Maybe it's Maybelline. That's what we're doing. But a lot of these lipsticks can be built up to have a more defined effect. So it's really more just about how you apply it. And I'm going to break this down into categories, try to keep us at least a little bit organized here. So we're going to have matte, matte satin hybrid, satin, and glossy. And that's four. So let's get started. All right, so first up for matte category is the Glossier Generation G Sheer Matte lipsticks, and I happen to have it in way too many colors, but I'm going to show you why these are great. So I'm going to do swatches of most of them just like on my arm, so you can see what the colors look like. But for demonstration purposes, I'm going to show you this one, Malt, because you're gonna look at this and you're gonna say, "You're crazy, that does not look natural, there's no way that will look natural," but I will prove you wrong. So that's the color, okay? It's like this really, really pretty kind of chocolatey, espresso-y kind of brown, but you can make it look really natural, and it doesn't go on this dark, it goes on very sheer. So I'm going to use my little mirror that's right there and put this on, and I'll show you how I put it on as well. So I kind of like just dab it, which seems dumb, but it works. And as you're dabbing, you can add just like the tiniest little swiping motion too. And there it is. So super, super natural looking. We took this really pigmented brown and turned it into this super light, your lips but better look. So this one has like a slightly brown, like kind of a brownish pinky kind of tinge to it when it's actually on your lips. Next up for the matte category is the Givenchy Sheer Velvet Matte Lipstick. Comes in this super cute packaging, so cute, and it just like opens up like that and then twisty twisty. I have a few shades of this as well. As you can see, this one also looks very pigmented. It looks pretty red, pretty pinky red. I'll do swatches of these as well, but we are going to do my favorite shade as the demo to show you how to apply it. This one you can actually put on like you would a normal lipstick. So with the Glossier one, I kind of did like the tapping, swiping thing. You can do that with this too. You can do that with all of these. You can do that with your regular lipstick to make it go on a little bit lighter. But this is the shade Nude Boisé. It just looks like a pink, pretty pink, but just looks like a pink. But when you put it on, it's beautiful. So I'm going to put that on and you'll see what I mean. I like to kind of press it up into the Cupid's bow. I feel like that gives a more defined look without actually having to use a liner, especially because with a natural looking thing, you might not want to use a liner anyway. Let's see if I can get this on my face. So here's the Givenchy Nude Boisé. Super pretty. And something I really like about this one too is that, especially with this shade and how sheer it is, it's easy to apply. They're all easy to apply, easy to reapply, but you also don't really need to reapply throughout the day as often because it's not a super pigmented, noticeable look. So if you're eating or drinking and a tiny little bit of it wears off, it's not that noticeable. The process of it wearing off isn't a noticeable thing. So those were the two I had for category matte. Now moving into matte satin hybrid. Category matte satin hybrid is kind of just my own invention because this lipstick is technically a matte. It's referred to as a matte on the product page and everything, but to me it just feels and wears and looks satin. I could see where it's a little bit more of a matte satin, but to me it's a satin. So I made my own category for it because it's in the middle. It is the Bobbi Brown Crushed Lip Color. And we got a lot of shades to go through. So I'm gonna swatch them and then I'm gonna show you one. So I saved one that I did not swatch that I want to show you on. Blondie Pink is my favorite. That was my wedding lipstick, but I think that Rich Cocoa will show you what I'm talking about a little bit better. Looks like this. Kind of similar to the Generation G one that I showed you from Glossier. It looks like a super pigmented, deep, rich brown. It even has that name, but if applied correctly, it can look much more natural and last you like the whole day. So let's apply. We're gonna use a very similar technique to what I did with the Glossier one. That's how I can essentially blend this one out to achieve that same sort of diffused color effect. This one can definitely be built up to have a lot more pigment though. That goes for all of these shades from Bobbi Brown, but they can be, you can make them more pigmented, more defined if you want. If you apply them like you would a regular lipstick, that's what you'll get. It won't be quite as, you know, powerful and colorful as maybe something else, but it'll look more like a typical lipstick on the lips. But if you apply it the way I showed you, it creates that really nice look. If you don't apply it that way, it also leaves almost a little bit of a stain on the lips throughout the day, so it still wears beautifully. Big fan. All right, let's put it on. All right, so we've got it on. Very sloppily, but that's okay. And it's looking a little pigmenty. So what we do is we take our finger and we smudge it. And we're not rubbing this off. We're just moving it around and almost pressing it into the lip. And I mean, some of it's gonna come off. And then that's what this one looks like. So this is a super deep and can be sort of pigmented shade. But on somebody as fair-skinned as me, you can make it look like this. So it's got a little bit of reflection, but it's still very muted, super pretty. Love these ones from Bobbi Brown. Next category is satin. So satin is one of my personal favorite finishes for lip products in general, but I do have some good satins I want to share with you, and I hope I can be unbiased. Of course, I do love the mattes and the glossies and the balms and all the other stuff too. I'm just a lipstick girly. First up, we've got the Merit Signature Lip Lightweight Satin Lipstick. So, super cute. I have it in the shade Slip. Slip is kind of this like light caramel brown. I don't have multiple shades of this one, so I'm just gonna go ahead and apply it. This one I do apply as a natural lipstick. If you wanted to sheer it out a little bit more, you could probably just blot it and be good to go. This color works pretty well on me just as is. It's a little bit more defined, you'll see, than some of the others, but it's still super pretty, lightweight, natural looking finish. This one is super comfortable on the lips, especially after I've just been putting these on and rubbing them off with my handy dandy washcloth. This one, as you can see, slightly more of a structured look than some of the others, but still a very natural kind of just pretty, not super noticeable look. Next up in satin is a tinted lip balm slash lipstick that has gained a lot of popularity. It's had many surges of popularity over the years as well. That is the Clinique Almost lipstick in the shade Black Honey, but also in the shade Pink Honey. First we got Pink Honey, and it is like this. It looks kind of like a coral fuchsia pink mashup. When you put it on, it's so comfy, it's so sheer, so natural. So put it on and I'll show you. This one is just super duper pretty. It looks like, I don't know, you just had like a cherry popsicle but didn't get it smeared all over your face. It's super duper comfy, feels like a balm, which I mean, I guess technically it is a balm. It's tinted. It's a lipstick, almost lipstick. And now it's time to talk about the ever popular Clinique Black Honey Almost lipstick. So if you're not familiar with it, this is gonna look scary. It is, because it looks like you took blackberries and just mashed them up and stuck them in a tube. And it looks crazy pigmented. It looks like this is going to just look like it's black lipstick essentially, but it's not. Super sheer, really pretty. Looks a little bit different on everybody, I've noticed. I've seen a lot of videos of people wearing this and, you know, reviewing this and everything, but it looks a little different on everyone, and it makes me wonder if it's maybe one of those kind of react with your pH kind of things. Super pretty, and I'm going to show you. So yeah, we took this and it became this, which is super pretty. Like I said about the Pink Honey, really comfortable on the lips because it is a balm in a sense, but it's just beautiful. So on that same topic of tinted balmy things, especially ones that can interact with your pH and create sort of a custom color for you, we have two that do that actually, and the first is the Tom Ford Soleil Lip Blush. Super pretty packaging. It is basically clear with some gold flecks in it. As you can see, mine has a little bit of pink on top because I've been using it. This is all that's left. That's it. I've used this a lot. This one does that kind of custom color too. It makes your lips very pink, but it doesn't really come off so much during the day. It goes on just like a balm. It feels like a balm, but it gives you a little bit of color that almost kind of stays like a stain. Let's put it on. And you can kind of see my lip color changing as I apply this. It's looking a lot more subtle on camera than it is in person. It's not crazy in person, but it's actually, well, it's starting to darken up a little bit now, or pigment up now a little bit. So it takes a second sometimes to kind of kick in, but it gives you this like really fun summery kind of pink. It does look different on different people as well. Like I said, it's supposed to interact with your pH to an extent and create a custom color for you. Super fancy, but it's really comfy on the lips because it literally just feels like a lip balm, but it gives you pretty color. Last but not least of the balmy tinted things is a lipstick, or balm I guess, that is very similar to Black Honey in my opinion, some slight differences, but it is the Givenchy Color Enhancing Balm. So it comes in this little black leather thingamajig, and it's black lipstick. It's actually more of like a really deep purple, but upon first glance it looks like it's black basically. It's very similar in that to Black Honey in that it looks like it's gonna be crazy, but it actually just kind of gives you a flush of color. So this one gives more of like a just kissed berry kind of look, and super pretty, also comfortable. It is a balm, but it looks a little bit more berry purple to me than the Black Honey one does. They both pull a little bit more strawberry on me than blackberry, but this one does still have a little bit more of that blackberry-esque-ness to it. These are all really great options, especially if you're looking for something super comfy that you don't have to apply with a mirror. So these are good because they're balms. So you just, you know, slap it on and you're good to go. Last category, guys, we got glossy. So I guess I should kind of redefine glossy maybe. These are just slightly shiny balms. They're not glosses. So we've got the super cute packaging of the Dior Addict Lip Glow Balms. It's so cute. These guys look kind of scary too, and to be fair, they are a little bit more pigmented than the others we've talked about. I have several. I'll swatch a few of them for you so you can see how they all look, but I'm going to just put one on my lips. And I'll be showing you Rosewood. So Rosewood is the most natural looking of them. It's this rosewood pink. They smell, oh my god, they smell so good. But I picked this one because it is the most natural looking of them all. They all wear down to be sort of like a very natural looking stain on the lips, but when they're first applied, they're a little bit more pigmented, a little bit more shiny. So that's why I'm showing you Rosewood, because it's the most toned down of the colors. Much more pigmented, right? But still not crazy looking on the lips. Definitely have a shine to it, thus the glossy category, but really pretty. They smell amazing and they blot down. You can, like, if you let it sit for a couple of minutes and then blot it off, or just from wearing it throughout the day and just living life, the shine kind of comes off and you're left with a bit of a stain that is absolutely lovely. So I'm going to just quickly blot this so that you can get kind of an idea of what it would look like without that sort of top film. This is what the Rosewood Dior Lip Glow looks like without as much of that top layer to it. I blotted off just a little bit so you can see, but it's still comfy. Like, it doesn't feel like you've got tacky glossy goo on your lip. Even once you've blotted off part of it, it's still going strong. So those were my favorites, but I'd love to hear yours as well. So if you've got some good lip products that you know of, or you have thoughts on these ones, please leave a comment. I'd love to hear what you think. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you feel so inclined. Thanks so much for watching, and have a great day.